Do, do, do. Day number 3, Side Hustle Magic. Okay, go ahead and give just a little bit of time for people to get here. But this is day number 3. Day number 3. I gotta remember to drink my coffee early in the session because I always wait till like 44 minutes, I think, and it's like freezing cold. But good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Kim, what's going on? What's going on? Tiffany, what's going on? Hope everyone is doing great. Hope y'all minds, you guys have been learning something the last 2 days. Hopefully you've been able to feel my energy, and I'm hoping that here on is this day 3? Yeah, this is day 3. And for some people, it'll be their last day, but for most of you guys are here for another day as well. So that's going to be awesome. So we're going to go over today in a bunch of, well, I'll say later exactly what we're doing. Registered my biz and picked up my EIN today. Awesome. Congratulations. Action, guys. Action. That's awesome. It's always about taking that action. Action over planning. A lot of times we try to get that plan. We sit around, try to make this perfect plan up, and then before we know it, we're like, oh my gosh, I didn't take any action. Action over planning wins every time. Whenever you're trying to figure out what to do with this side hustle, with your passion, the things on the side, we're planning, well, how's it going to make me money? How's it going to do this? Ask yourself, how is it going to be fun? And just go about doing it. Go about doing it. That's the key. Everything else starts to happen once you take the action. And it's just a constant thing. You always are learning. You're always learning. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. You're always investing in yourself, and everything is always testing you to see if you're ready for that next level, and all the time you're being tested to see, are you going to apply what you've learned? Like, what you want. This is in your best interest. One of the things we're going to talk about today as well is being in doing things in your best interest, showing that you value yourself. Okay. So I think we'll get started. I'm happy you guys all showed up. Everyone showed up on time. That is amazing. That's amazing. That's great. That says a lot about yourself. Doesn't say anything about me. It says a lot about you, that you guys are valuing yourself, and that's what it's about. Can everyone hear me before I get started? On the introduction, I talked for like 5 minutes and my mic wasn't working. Just can someone give me a thumbs up, or can someone say if they hear me? I do know there's a delay though. Hoping you hear me. Hoping everyone hear me. Just waiting for that sign. I'm going to take it everyone can hear me though. Okay? So, to get started today. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. My comment thing wasn't scrolling down. I was like, wow, no one's saying anything. Okay. It doesn't just scroll down when people leave a comment. Okay. All right. That was an awkward silence. Okay. So, before we get started today, before we get started into the meat of it, this will be a nice, short and sweet session. That's what I said about yesterday, and it kind of turned out. But it's awesome. I'm happy. Before we get started today, I want you to set an intent for today. You personally, you watching, I want you to set an intent for this session right here. We all can have a different intent, but what is it? Is it to really absorb everything without judgment? Is it to be open to hear everything? Is it to try to understand everything? Set an intent. Okay, got it? All right, let's dive into this. So today in day 3, I want to do something special. So I really wrote the program for like day one, and I kind of wrote the program for day two, but I knew what I wanted to talk about. I did, and I mean, I did this like a while ago, but yesterday was mostly done in my mind as we were going. I just was like literally just channeling all the stuff, what's coming to me, what's my intuition saying, what is the vibe I'm getting from you all. And it's great when you guys ask your questions because that gives me feedback and we can really loop into helping you guys with your questions. Because your questions are so important and people doubt that, but the questions are so important because that's what helps you integrate everything by you asking your questions. And that helps you integrate, and that helps by me answering it, or maybe you asking the question, even you realize like, oh, that's what I need to do. That makes perfect sense. Because just because you guys get this information doesn't mean there's going to be transformation. There has to be integration. Information does not equal transformation. If that was the key, everyone would be geniuses. Because everything I've talked about here, you guys have known, or there's been a way for you to get that information. But when you're being told and in the group setting like this, you can actually integrate that stuff, which is what it's all about. So today is something that really came to me with off of this group because I really love to make sure that I'm things are in context to whoever I'm speaking to, whether I'm speaking to you guys, whether I'm speaking to a school, whether I'm speaking in a one-on-one setting. I like that what I want to say to be almost fit into a match for what you all needed to hear. So what I did today, what I decided to do was scratch what I had originally planned, and I'm going to give you guys some golden rules today. Some golden rules. These are important. Now, of course, as I said in day one, there are no rules. There's no rules to building your side hustle. There's no rules. There's nothing you need to follow. There's no right way to do it. There's no wrong way to do it necessarily. There's only really two things. There's what works and what doesn't work. So what works for me might not work for you, but the ways that I did it might help you realize like, oh, I can take a little part of what Luke did and I can do that. And I'm hoping also as well is that because some of you guys won't be here for tomorrow, who some people aren't in day four, but if you do want to extend, you can send me a message after this and we can talk about it and we can get you in for tomorrow. But I hope you guys reach out to each other in this group as well, in this community. This Facebook group will be around for a while. I won't delete it as soon as it's done. So I encourage you guys to, after your experience is done, that you write about it, what you learned from it. I might make a prompter here and just write your thoughts on it, what you took away from it, so it can help someone else. And feel free to reach out to each other. You guys are your own little community. We're all like a little mini side hustle family here. And you guys will see in future programs that I have, it's all built for us to have a community, for you guys to talk. I'm not the leader of it. We're all equal. Some things I've just seen and I've done before. And now as you guys go about your journey, you can boom, you can do it as well. And what worked for you in the past. And you guys can to share it with each other to help each other learn. Because like I say, it's not one way that works. What one of you guys have tried in the past might not have worked for you, but that might work for someone else. So this is one thing that's very important to remember. And also one thing before I forget, if and I want to don't want to forget this before we finish today, is that tomorrow's call will take place on Zoom, not here in the group. Okay, so it'll take place on Zoom, not here in the group. And because we have a small group here, I will probably just send you guys messages who are in for day four. It'll happen at the same time, just on a different platform. Okay, because I might, I probably will give this course away in some other package deal, like when I have I have a higher price level course that's coming out, and this will be like a bonus for the people who sign up for this. So I'll use day one, two, and three, the video from here. But day four is kind of like you'll see, it's very special tomorrow as well. Today's special too, but tomorrow is as well. And I want it to be on Zoom so it's a little bit easier. Um, okay, now to get started, the golden rules. The golden rules. Okay, these are, like I said, there are no rules, as I said before, but these are things that you really need to take in consideration when building your side hustle magic. When building your side hustle, this is the magic, maybe. This is the magic rules, maybe. It helps you with the magic of the side hustle. Okay. And understand all this stuff I'm telling you is going down the road of fulfillment. This is one realization I told you guys I had about 2 days ago. Everything that I'm doing it's about fulfillment. So when you're building a side hustle, it should help fulfill a part of you, something that's missing, something that you want. If you guys remember yesterday, we talked about, or maybe it was 2 days ago, we talked about what were the things you liked about certain jobs you had because it made you feel fulfilled. We want to feel fulfilled. We want to feel that fulfillment is deeper than happiness. All of us can be happy having an ice cream cone, but that in 20 minutes, that doesn't mean we're going to be fulfilled. We'll probably regret it. That's not fulfillment. Fulfillment is a completely different thing, you know. And the next big program that I'm going to run is called Fulfilled, and it's going to be multiple weeks of this because this is how in depth this is for fulfillment. And we forget about it. We forget about happiness, number one. And then number two, if we don't get to happiness, we can't even get to fulfillment because there is a happiness in fulfillment. Being fulfilled means that, and it's funny, I'm telling you this is not even part of one of the golden rules, but this is very important to remember, is fulfillment is the ultimate goal we should be going for. What will make us feel like that? One of my dreams was to play basketball in Europe when I was 22, my 21, my last year of college. And I got to Australia. I played 2 years. I signed a 2-year deal in Australia. But I remember my goal, I wanted to go to Europe. That was my goal. And I remember being in Australia on my last game of my second year there. And I got an offer. My agent calls me. He's like, "Hey, we got an offer. We want you to come. They want you to be in Germany, but you have to be there in 5 days." And I'm like, I just came off an 8-month season. I don't know what to do. I go straight there, but that was my dream. It was for 1/5 of my salary of what I was making in Australia. So I'm like, I don't know. Is it worth it? And I hadn't seen my family. And, it was a lot of things. And I called my college coach. And he's like a father to me. I learned more lessons from him, I think, from any person I've ever met. And, he told me, he's like, "Luke, I'm 57 years old. I got 2 kids, got a wife. I have money now." And he's like, in all that time, he's like, the one thing I can tell you that I've learned, he's like, is that when it's all said and done, when you finish your day, you finish playing with the kids, your wife, everything, he's like, when you lay your head down at night, are you happy? He said, when you lay your head down at night, are you happy? And I remember listening and I was really quiet, and he's just like, "You hear me, Luke?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "So if you took this deal in Germany right now and you got there and you lay your head down at night, would you be happy?" And I was just like, I was like, "Yeah, I would be." And I remember him saying, "I love you, kid," and he hung up the phone. That was it. That was it. And I remember that story to this day because it was huge. It was enormous for me. Because sometimes we do things and we're like, well, if I do that, I actually won't be happy. In reverse, we do things that we think make us happy, but then at the end of the night, we lay our head down and we're not fulfilled. We had the best day with the best people, with our friends, but yet when we get home, we lay down, are we happy? I'm gonna make a YouTube video about this soon. I'll tell you guys about this at the end for this 5-week program that I'm gonna be running about fulfillment. But one of the things that I felt my last year of being a pro basketball player, if you guys don't know, was there were times I laid down at night and I was like, I don't know if I'm super happy. On paper, I should be happy. On paper, I should be. But I'm sure most of you guys know what's on paper written down is not necessarily how you feel. Someone smiling in a picture doesn't necessarily show the happiness or the sadness that they have. And this is something that is very, very important to remember, especially when you're building a side of magic. Are you happy doing this, guys? Are you happy doing this? When you're waking up, are you happy to do it? Like, are you willing to wake up at 4:15 in the morning to do it? No one's forcing you to. You're choosing this. You're actively choosing this. Does it make you happy? There's really only probably two things in the world that make me happier, that make me happy if I have to get up at 4:15 in the morning. One is that I'm about to take a flight to one of my favorite places in the world, or I'm doing something that really makes me feel fulfilled, really brings me happiness, true happiness. Going out with my friends at 4 makes me happy, but at 4:15 in the morning, no, it doesn't. It doesn't bring me that much fulfillment. And this is something that's very important to remember. Fulfillment, guys. So the golden rules. Can you guys hear me? Everyone's being really quiet today. I'm just making sure that this is still rolling. Can someone give me like a amen or yeah, you're right, yeah, Luke, or something? Just so I know that you guys can hear me. I've done this before and I've been on a rant and I just realized, oh my gosh, no one heard anything I say. Can you guys still hear me? It's just a little test. You guys are watching the replay of this. I've done a lot of live sessions and I know that sometimes it just bugs out. Everyone still hear me? Before I move into this next section. And are there any questions? Okay, everyone's still hearing me. Awesome. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Everyone's being quiet. So if everyone's quiet, I don't know, like it's not like I'm speaking to a crowd and I'm like, okay, good, they got me. Because literally if I'm doing this and I feel like if I can't see anyone say anything, I feel like, oh man, are they hearing me? Are they and normally I've done this with Zoom calls, so I see people like and I can feel the energy. If I don't hear or see anything, like the energy, I'm like, I'm not sure what's going on. Thankfully, I'm at a point now where it's like I can still do it. Before I would have been like, wait, what's going on? Are people not hearing me? Okay. All right, that makes sense to you guys. Awesome. Awesome. You can hear me. Good. Awesome. Golden rules now. Goodness, I was supposed to already start this. Okay. Um, and by the way, you guys you guys are great listeners. That is the best part. You guys are great listeners. Yes, you guys are amazing listeners. And also, I will say this. I think Tiffany, I believe you, and I can't remember who else. I don't think they're on the live sessions. You guys who have the Boxer support, you guys can write me anytime. If you have any other questions outside here, send me a message, and I'll respond to you. I've been on my phone just responding back to people all the time from this group, so feel free to do that as well. But yeah, you guys are great listeners. Okay, now I know. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. All right. Okay, the golden rules now. I'm supposed to start this quick. The side hustle that you're trying to build, the side hustle that you're trying to build, this thing that you're building on the side, there's two very questions. They're the two S's, I call them. There's three S's. I can't remember the third one. I know there's three S's, and I cannot remember the third one. I thought of it like for like an hour yesterday when I was riding my bike. There's two S's though now. Okay? Is what you're doing, is it scalable? That's the first S. Is it scalable? This is something that we forget. And if you forget this early on, you're building something that's not scalable. And if it's not scalable, then all of a sudden the next S is going to be hard, which is it sustainable? Is it sustainable? So let's say I'm holding this side hustle magic, okay? This group. And instead of doing the side hustle magic as like this with all of you all here, I'm doing this group as a one-on-one. So imagine I'm just working with Tiffany right now, and I'm doing this entire thing. Me and Tiffany are working together for 4 sessions, and I'm teaching this to her. Now she would get more out of it because in a one-on-one setting, it's much different. It's much easier to integrate it. So I love working one-on-one with people. But imagine I'm saying the same exact thing. I'm taking notes. I've taken notes on everything I've just said, and I'm gonna repeat the same thing to her. And then Wendy wants this thing, and she reaches out like, "Hey, I'd like to do the Side Hustle Magic meeting with you." So now I do like another 4 sessions with her, and then Hannah says it like, "Hey, I'd like to be a part of the one-on-one Side Hustle Magic as well." So I say, "Okay." So now I have 4 of you or 3 of you there. Okay. So now I've got, and it's gonna take about an hour each session, hour and a half. Usually one-on-one settings take a little bit longer, 2 hours, because there's a lot of questions and integrating and breakdowns and yeah. So if I do that, That's not scalable. I can't scale that because there's going to be a point when I run out of time. There's going to be a point when I'm tired. If I say the same exact meaning to Tiffany and the same one to Hannah and the same one to Wendy, that's 3 times I've said it, and I've done it once a day. Then I got to do it the next day again. That's hard to scale that. I can't do it. I can't teach it to 40 people. I don't have time and I don't have energy. So now what I have to do is think, okay, that's not going to work. I'm going to get to a limit, probably 8 people that I could literally teach it to if I'm going to be doing the same thing over and over again. There's a limit. It's not scalable. And because it's not scalable, it's not really sustainable to scale it because you want to be growing. If you can't scale it to big and I'm just going to stay small like this, then that's not the right hamster wheel to be in. So how do I make this side hustle magic scalable? How do I make it scalable? I run it like this. This is scalable. If I were to get 50 people to write me yesterday, like, hey, I want to be inside Hustle Magic. Okay, here's the link. Boom, pay, and then here. I've got 50 more people, and it doesn't cost me any more time. There's no more time being needed from me. So it's scalable. So then is it sustainable? Absolutely. It's absolutely. It's easy. So then you understand the difference. You understand, you go into the mindset of like, I want this to be scalable. I want it to be sustainable. Because when you can scale it and it doesn't cost you anything, any more time, that's what matters. You don't want it to cost you more time. It might cost you a little bit more money, but you don't lose time. Time, you can't buy time. This is what people say, but you can buy time. You can drive from New York to California in 29 hours, or you can buy time and buy a flight and get there much faster. You are buying time technically, because time is the most valuable asset that we all have. So this is what's so important, is why you want to make sure you can scale it. This is what the internet allows you guys to do. It allows you to scale what you're doing and for it to be sustainable. Because from there, I'm going. I have a program. This program won't be out for a while though, because I have a couple other ones I'm going to run first. But one of the things we're going to talk about is the digital platforms, how you use them to almost run themselves. So, like I say, this is not really for this course, not at this price level, and not with this topic. But basically, you want to get to a point where when we really scale, we're like, okay, I have Side Hustle Magic, I have all these people in it. That's awesome. Now, after this, if I want to keep scaling, I keep promoting the program, even though the live's done, and I still sell the program, even though it's done, and it requires me to do absolutely nothing. Anytime someone talks to me about it, oh, you're on Big Sales, I did a 4-day thing about this a while ago. Go check it out. There's about 6 hours of content that you can watch. And you charge them whatever, $150. There you go. That's easy. That's nothing for the value you're going to get from it. And that's it. And now that's scalable. I don't have to redo that 4 days. It's not a one-on-one. It's something that's scalable. So it's sustainable. The next program I told you guys I'm going to run, a big program, like a 5-week or 7-week program, I'm trying to get it together. It's going to, Side Hustle Magic is going to be a little part of it where people are like, oh, people are going to have questions like, well, how do I do this? I'm like, well, actually, as a bonus, I can put in this Side Hustle Magic day 1. Or you can pay an extra and you got this. Now they can come back to here, so I don't have to go back through and tell them this. Because if you don't think about this in the beginning, you'll burn yourself out. If I just decided to make a live vlog, like the vlogs that I make on YouTube, if I decided to do it live every day, will burn me out, because no one can watch it if they're not there live. Like, there's people who don't even know me yet who are going to want to know the Side Hustle Magic in a month, and I don't want to reteach it. I'm not at this point right now. I'm working on speaking my truth. I'm working on my own fulfillment in this next part of my life. I don't want to re-talk about this. That's why I'm giving everything right now. This is the last little bit of information that I've learned building the first side hustle that I brought. And so now they can come back to here and have all the information. So it's scalable and sustainable. Because once it's done, it's done. People can watch it. They can come back to it. That's important. Yes, Tiffany, you have to always think about this. Always. Always have to think about this. Because if you don't, you go down the wrong hole. Not a weird way, but you go down thinking like, well, if I'm going to just work and design websites for people, eventually you're not going to have enough people. You're going to run out. Okay? You're going to run out of time. You're going to be burning yourself out. You're going to be working 10 hours a day. Okay, you can be in Bali working 10 hours a day, but trust me, you're going to want to be out riding around, having fun, enjoying yourself. So this is what you need to do. And the question you need to ask yourself when you're trying to make this thing exactly how Tiffany said, yeah, I need to think about work that I can scale in that way. Yes, you have to think about that. So what you have to do is, instead of thinking like, okay, what do I need to do with my business? What do I need to do with my side hustle? What do I need to do with my passion to make it scalable? Instead of asking that, what do I need to do? Ask yourself, what do I want to do? Ask yourself, what do you want to do? Like for me to think about this course, I was like, what do I do? Do I run this like as a 4-day thing? Do I just make it 2 days? Like I could have made this 2 days. I could have just not talked so much about, I could have put day 1 and 2 into one and put day 2 and 4 into one. But I was like, actually, I want to do 4 days. I want to over deliver on this program. In my mind, this was going to be a $555 program. So the value that I was going to give and bring was just like crazy amount. And then I was like, you know what? I'll make it a lower price point and just talk maybe just 20 minutes each one. And then all of a sudden I'm like, actually, I still have a lot on my mind as I was writing the program. I was like, I still have a lot that I remember about building my side hustle. And this would be good for me to go over again in my mind to remind myself of it as I'm building this new side hustle thing that I'm doing. So then I'm like, yeah, I'll run a $555 program at a lower price point, because it's like a case study. It's the first live thing that I've done, which is why I've given why I made the price point what it was, because it was like, it's like for me, it's the first one, and I'll remember all of you guys 4 months from now when I'm charging $2,500 for a program. I'll remember this one, So I think that this is something that's very important to remember with what you guys are doing as well. And hold on, I'm currently doing one-on-one coaching and human design reading, so I will consider what I do above and beyond this. Absolutely, absolutely. I can definitely talk to you about it because I know a lot of people who do human designs. Yeah, a lot of people, and one-on-one coaching is great. I haven't really, like, my case study is, I'll probably take, like, I'm guessing 2 or 3 of you guys in a one-on-one coaching setting and just get this feeling, which I'll do, but I won't do that mainly a whole crazy amount because of the time, because then you're trading money for time, which is great, but then you can charge more. So then it's really cool if you set it up right. So for me, with the one-on-one coaching, for me, it's like, well, we can do 1 hour a week for 9 weeks. That's the container that I have. Like if someone wants to do one-on-one with me, 9 weeks, 1 hour, but I won't do more than 10 people coaching. Because I'd make my money, but that's not what I want to do. I don't want to talk 10 hours a week coaching people, because then that's taking brain power where I could be making something that's going to help millions of people, And for example, like a human design reading, you could do something where you have a program that's just for generators, or just for manifesting generators, or just for projectors, or I know some of you guys, if you don't know human design, you'll understand. Because I'm a generator. So of course I have this energy. And you make a program for them. So now instead of doing the reading, which you could do for fun, but at the end of the day, it's like, well, if you're a generator, watch this program. 6 steps, 6 things. How are you following your sacral centers? How are you, you know what I mean? You really break it down and you have a program for it. So then what happens is when people come to you, you send them somewhere. Okay, so the mastermind that I have, I created because I was like, people ask me the same questions all the time. And how do I do this? How do I do that? So I'm like, I'm going to create something so that when people ask me, I send them to this. You want to build a YouTube channel? I can sit here and talk to you. Perfect. Then here, let's go to this video. Watch this thing. I believe some of you guys have gotten the YouTube Accelerator program that I did, but that was just like, you want that, all the answers, everything from that. I made a video about it. It doesn't cost me any time. There's people who send me, this happened to me like 2 weeks ago, maybe. Someone sent me a message. Hey, I really want to learn YouTube. I want to know how to do this. I'm a college student. I don't have a lot of money to pay for our coaching or anything. And I was like, okay, what do you really want to do it? Here's a program that I made. It's a $60 program now, I think it is. I'm like, go and get this program, and it'll teach you what you need to know starting YouTube, the energetics behind starting YouTube and running it. And they went there, they got it. I didn't hear back from them for like maybe 4 or 5 days. And then I sent them a message like, hey, did you enjoy the program? How was it? Like, yeah, it was just what I needed. Thank you so much. You said all these points. I loved how you talked about this, this, this. And honestly, I didn't remember anything she told me. Like, I didn't remember recording any of that, what she said that I said. Because I was in a different space when I made that. I was diving into YouTube. How can I make my YouTube better? So then, of course, I just started saying all of this stuff about YouTube and everything, but I didn't remember it in that moment. I recorded that 6 months ago, but it was valuable. So it just makes you realize, like, wow, okay, now I can build something. And now, instead of having to try to explain it and come up with these ideas, because as we move on, we raise our level of consciousness, our awareness, that we up level as a person, that version of you that's here, and not even below you, but just here, different, it's not the same person now. So someone asking me about, hey, what should I do in the off season for training for basketball? Like, yeah, of course I know if I really think about it, but I'm not truly embodying that right now. I'm not training for next season at this moment. But if you watch the video that I made a year and a half ago when I was training for it, then you have great insight. This is one way to think as well. You're Manny Jen. Awesome. Leverage dinner. Nice. And you got a ton of energy. You should just be boom, boom. I'm in a group right now. I'm in a coaching group talking about human design. And we just did our thing on manifesting generators. But I think you have me on Voxer. We can talk after this. Your first business was very fulfilling and successful because I was loving helping people. Awesome. So, Wendy, you have that key right now. You love helping people. But I'm telling you, you have to be more specific. You have to be more specific to get your brain really working on something. Because I could say, I like helping people. I like helping homeless people. And I don't know why I'm struggling to build a charity or to do this. You don't need a charity, because I don't need a charity to help homeless people. I can go out right now, just ride around in Bali and give out money to people who I see who I think need it. That fulfills that. Now, if I say I want to help large scales of people, I want to help large scales of people. I want a team to run that place for me, and all I do is give them money, and I want to see exactly where money's going. I want to make sure that it's helping people, and I want to see pictures. I want this stuff posted so that brings awareness so other people can. Now that's specific. Now my subconscious, my mind starts to build that in my mind now. And this is what is important. Because if you're not specific, your brain's just like, oh, whatever, I can do that then another time. It's okay. This is one of the most important things. You have to be very specific with everything that you want to do. Anything that you really want, you have to be specific. This is something that I'm working on. Like for me, it's like, well, what the biggest struggle I'm having right now is like, what do I want to do right now? Like, what do I want to run this course? I'm running this course Fulfilled in August. Okay, this will probably be a 5-week course that I'm going to run, and I'll talk about it at the end because you guys will be the first ones to know about it and the first ones who can register. But I was just like, but I don't know how to make it. Do I just do live sessions? Do I say some people from there can work one-on-one? Like I don't really know what to do. Like then I had to get very specific. What do I really want to do? I want to teach people how to be fulfilled with what they're doing. This is the goal. It doesn't matter all the details of I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking too big. I need to think more micro. Like, oh, I really want to work with a lot of people. I want to work with high level people. Like I want to really engage with people. So for me to do that, I need to have a high level course. I want to be able to work one on one with certain people. So in that course, I need to offer options for people to work with. You gotta be specific, be very specific. And this is what is important. And for example, I want to be, this next program won't be running a Facebook group most likely because I want to be close to people and really answer their questions. And in a Zoom call, we can. Everyone's on video. Someone have a question, boom, they can talk. This is what I want to do, and I have to be very specific. If not, then it's just like whatever. I couldn't do it. Like I'm just like, oh, I want to do something on fulfillment. I'll just record an hour and a half video and put that out for people if I'm not specific. But it's like, no, I want to take people through a journey. I want it to be 2 days a week. I want it to be for a month. I want it to be where we get to know each other over a couple weeks and we get to work together. We all get to see the transformation in each other's lives. This is what I want to do. Now I'm specific. Now my brain starts to, okay, now I understand. But if I say, oh, I just want to make a thing to help people be fulfilled, what does that even mean? What does that mean? So you got to be specific. Be specific. And measurable. How do you measure it? Can you measure what you're doing? Like, how will you know when you're getting close? What's that sign that you're going to have? What does that mean for you? This is something that's important. So when you're building what you're doing, this side hustle or whatever it is that you love. For example, Wendy, when you said, "Hey, I loved helping people." Well, how do you know? How do you measure that? Like, and think about it, because most of the time we don't think about it. We're like, "Oh, I helped someone today." I'll give you an example. For me, I measure how I'm helping people by, did I get an email today from someone? Did I get an email from a 16-year-old in Denmark who really doesn't like his life and he watches my videos and helps them? That's measurable. I'm like, oh, that works. Did I wake up and someone purchased something from me? Or I woke up and I have an email from PayPal. Hey, you've received money. Someone donated or somebody purchased this thing. I can measure that. Like, oh, someone's going to be helped today. Did someone leave a comment? This is what I needed to see. Thank you so much. This is measurable. So you want to think about this. How can you measure it? Okay. I get hung up, have mental block on doing something similar to what other people have done already. Sometimes it's hard to get clear on my own approach when I'm watching others. Yeah, and that's the key. That's one of the keys. You have to go with how you feel for you, your intuition. When we start to look at how other people are doing it, it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with us. Because, for example, I get that same feeling when I'm creating something. Like, oh, I saw someone do this. I saw them make it this price. I saw them do this. And look at it, this is just my perspective, but look at what you like about what they're doing and take what you like about it, and then take what you like about the way you were going to do something and do it that way. Because there's no right way. Sometimes we get caught in that middle stage of like, well, I don't know if I want to just do it. The second you do it, you'll get a feeling, and that feeling is going to be your sign of whether you want to do it or not. And it doesn't make sense a lot of times. I think a lot of times we get in our minds of trying to make sense of what we're doing. We're trying to make sense of like, did I do it the right way? Should I do this? And it's like, no. And I know, Tiffany, you're a manifesting generator. So as soon as you come up with an idea in your mind, you get very excited, and then your analytical brain jumps in and is just like, I don't know, but then if I do this, but then if the other person did that, but then if I run at this price point, then maybe these people won't know, and I don't want to. This is like the sign of a Manny Jen. I was in a group with them because I'm just a generator. So for me, I have it as well, and for yourself like what works better. What is your? I think it's called sacral center. What is the things that you start to see a pattern with why things have worked in the past and why they haven't, even outside of Side Hustle Magic. Like, I mean, outside of your side hustle that you've been doing for your business, what's the part of your business now that you really like? Like, maybe I like the one-on-one coaching, but I like one-on-one coaching. I think it's great. I love helping groups of people. I love having massive impact. I like to work with people who, one of the biggest things for me is I won't work with someone who doesn't want to help other people. This is like a no. So if someone wants to work one-on-one with me, that's a no. If you're not building something that's going to help other people, then no, I'm not. For me, that doesn't click for me, so I don't do that. And it's being very, very close with your boundaries as well. That's the difference between having a goal versus a plan. Yeah, true. And everyone works different. Like having a goal is great. Some people are great with that. Having a plan is great as well. Someone like me, I don't really work that well like that. It's crazy as sounds. I work good with just taking action. That's me, but I know that. Tiffany, yes, yeah, from Manny Jen, yeah, of course. It's the second you get that for a manifestation generator. I'm not a human design expert, but I do know a little bit of this. But being a manifesting generator, when you get that intuitive hit, you got to go. You got to do it, whatever it is. When you get that intuitive hit, make a post, make a video, write something. It has to be done right then. If not, the analytical brain jumps in, and now you're going to be screwed. Because unless you can really get out of there, and by the time you talk yourself back into it, the energy that you initially had is gone. So it's like as soon as you get that intuitive hit, it's something I'm working on. Jump on that Instagram, jump on whatever platform you use, and hey guys, I just want to say that boom, you do it right then, just like that. Okay, I feel like my plan is easy enough because I would literally just be feeling my life. Not sure how else to expand on that. Well, it almost is that easy. It seems like it's that easy, but you start to realize that there's the things that you don't want to share and what's holding you back, these blocks, are what you really need to look at. Like, why is it nervous to talk about this, like a certain aspect of your life, or share this? Like, you'll feel yourself when you're filming, like, why are you holding back from doing that? It's how I was when I was vlogging, and it showed me a lot about myself. Like, why did I want to show this? Why don't I want to talk about this? Because then you're building this following, and people are liking you, and then you deal with comments, and you start to get all in your mind. And I think if you're filming your life, for me, it's one of the most selfless things to film your struggles, to film your day to day. It sounds so crazy to people, but to expand on that means that, hey, once people know who you are, then as you're filming, you'll realize what you like. You'll realize what your audience is liking. And as you do it, like, you realize the next step is realizing what you actually love doing. Like, you're gonna get to a point where you're like, yeah, filming's great. I love doing this, but what I need to do that's more than this. But because you're in the act of doing something, those ideas come to you easier. If you're sitting on the couch, like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna start doing this, and then they don't come to you like that. They come to you when you're making videos, when you're making writing posts, and by doing that, you'll get these hits. The key is just no plan, just start filming. If you want to film your life, film it. You want to make these, you do it, and you just act on it, and you'll see that things start to open up, opportunities, people. So many things happen once you start to take action. That's the magic. Sell insurance and thought families that insurance was not good for death, but showed them that it could create lifestyle. Nice. But when if that makes you feel fulfilled, if that makes you feel happy, then do that. Do it 100%. This is the most important thing, because everyone has to find what works for them. For me, selling for me, I wouldn't be good at that. Because I'm like, I wanted to help people on a deeper level. For me, I know that I have more to offer. I know that I can help people like this. I wanted to control what I was doing. I didn't want to have to do something and have to ask someone for permission to do it. This was one thing that I didn't like. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like being said, oh, you only can do this. No, I want to do it how I want to do it. It sounds stubborn, but I'm stubborn sometimes. And because we live in this world, you can create it exactly how you want. You can create it exactly how you want. And back to Hannah's point, filming your life is the most simplest thing that you can do. And you'll attract a tribe easy. Like in 3 months, I think, or 2 months, I'm running something called Untribe. I've already written it out. I should just run all of my programs in August, but I'll burn myself out. And I won't burn myself out, but I want to kind of do it over time. But it's about building that tribe, you know? So once you build a tribe of people around what you're doing, then you start to realize the power of sharing your story with people. Like 90% of the people here, you all here, and you all who are watching this replay who have purchased this in 2023, you came here because you found a vlog of mine, most likely, or saw me on social media. Not doing anything special. I'm doing what I would do if I wasn't filming. So I wanted everything to go hand in hand with what I did in my life. Everything went hand in hand. Everything. So I was like, I just want to film it. I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna go travel anyways. I live here in Bali in my place right now. It doesn't make a difference that I'm making videos. But now I have attention of people. So now it's like, okay, how do I want to take it to the next level? It's taken me, this is year number 4 of me on YouTube. It's about to be year number 4 in September. This is year number 4, and I'm just figuring out now that, I want to just run programs every month to help people. That really makes me feel fulfilled. I love making vlogs. Like, I love making videos and sharing that stuff. But that doesn't come, I'm not waking up at 4:15 to edit the vlog that I shot yesterday. I'm not at that point in my life anymore. I can do that at 6 a.m. or something like that. I'm not going to intentionally wake up early to do it, unless it's something I'm doing with friends. I'm like really excited about it. But to do a masterclass, this is amazing. I wake up at 4:15 all the time, no problem, no problem at all. Because I actually love this. Because now I'm getting to empower you guys to do it, to do what you love, and how you want to do it. So one thing I'd ask you, Wendy, is to go back into yesterday's video or maybe day 1 and figure out what you can do that, for example, if you love selling insurance and it's great, find out what you love about selling insurance on that list. So it sounds like you like helping people create a great lifestyle. And understand you can do that on your own terms. No startup price. You're doing it by just sharing yourself and your life. And I would talk about this, but I'm not at this point in my life. If you guys are interested, I do have a vlogging course, which I probably will give you guys because I want to give a gift to you guys in here. And it's very valuable. And I was really embodied in that when I made that course, about 19 videos, and talking about all this, sharing your life, sharing your story, and really broken down, which just remind me or send me a private message that interests you. I literally as a gift from me to you. And, I think that we doubt the power of that. We really think like, I want to remember this moment. I want to remember these, like we in our mindset, because our social media is built on highlights. So we think that the highlights in our life is what's going to matter the most when we're old or when we can't do anything. And not in a disrespectful way, but when we're super old, we can't move anymore. We're going to go back to those highlight moments, But one thing that I've learned, and this is one secret that I've learned, and one of the secrets that have kept me vlogging and will always keep me making videos, is because it's really the simple, ordinary things that matter the most. The simple, ordinary things that matter the most. The people are in quarantine. What are people saying? Oh, I miss traveling. But really, what do you miss? You miss going to a cafe and sitting there and just having a coffee without wearing a mask. You miss the ease of just being able to go where you want to go, like just to get on a flight. You miss the ease of just being able to walk outside without a mask, going anywhere, and just socialize. You miss recognizing someone in public and just giving someone a hug. You miss walking by someone and seeing them smile instead of seeing them wear a mask. Because at the end, we're going to miss the ordinary stuff. And no one films the ordinary stuff. Everyone thinks they have to film highlights. As beautiful as Bali is, if I were to leave Bali right now, the things I would miss the most are the little warangs, the little places that I go to eat here with the most nicest people inside. I haven't posted a picture of that at all. You know, I'm gonna miss all the people riding crazy on the scooters, me sitting in traffic, trying to get through, watching the holes, trying to hit a dog. This is the things that I'm gonna miss. It's the ordinary. It's the ordinary things. And this is what we don't film, what we don't talk about, what we don't share. And this is a trend that I saw, that we missed that. We say the good old days. We miss the good old days. And we forget that good old days you don't realize until you're not in them anymore. So the good old days is right now. This moment, what we're going through now, these are the good old days. And when you recognize that, you realize, like, I gotta take advantage of everything about this. And I want to control this on my own. Okay. Are there any questions? I'm going to take Tiffany's advice, and I'm guessing you guys are all listening intently. Okay. Next thing, question, the deep question you guys need to ask yourself is, what does success look like for you? So you know what measuring is, but what does success look like for you? What does it look like? This is a thought process on your own, a question to write down and maybe journal or write about. What does success look like for you? How will you know when you've attained success? And as we'll talk about, if some of you all will be in this fulfillment course, we'll talk about success for some people isn't money. Money had nothing to do with success for me. Absolutely nothing. It didn't matter, because I had a lot of people, had friends who had a lot of money and they weren't happy. So that wasn't attached to my success. So everyone defines success differently. Next thing is, are you adapting? This is the gold. I guess these aren't even the golden rules. These are the golden questions. Are you adapting? Are you adapting to this new version of yourself? Are you going to adapt from what you're learning here in this course? Are you going to adapt to this? And understand that if you don't adapt well, then congratulations, you've just found out your pattern of destruction. So now you need to break the pattern. But Luke, how do I break the pattern? By doing the exact opposite. You break the pattern by doing opposite. That breaks patterns. Because the mind doesn't understand. Like, you always get scared. Don't do that. Don't put yourself out there. Don't take a picture of yourself. Don't make a video of yourself. So you just go against it. You do it. When I started making videos, I was super nervous. And how do you break it? You go at it. I didn't really want to teach this course live because, like, I'm not good on live. Like, if I have to teach it, I have to come up with a plan, and I have to just talk, and I have to, like, I like talking, but I'm used to just editing the video, but I have to do it live. And then what happens if I get on there and I don't know what to say? Then people are going to see that I'm like it's not real. Like, I'm phony. That I like. These are the saboteur thoughts that you have that are always there. And it's the pattern of destruction. The things that I haven't accomplished, that's been the common theme. So look at the pattern. Are you adapting? Do you adapt well? Because you adapt well, then with this information you have now, you can change it up. You can change your business now. You can do that side hustle thing on the side. For example, Wendy, while you're selling insurance, you can actually be building something on the side that you see what is the pattern that all these families come to me. They need a better lifestyle. Okay, well, I can sell them insurance. That's my good job. What can I build on the side? Because I think if you have that freedom, maybe you still sell insurance, but you can still continue to do. But that side hustle, that's where the magic is. Like, I made videos the last 3 years of my pro career. I'll probably go back to playing, but the last 3 years I filmed it. And it's awesome playing. I love it. But on those tough days, there was nothing more fun to me than going home and, like, editing a vlog or writing in the comments to people. And that didn't mean I had to leave my job. I love doing that. But you got to a point where that hunger in your soul is crying out more. And I think you guys will see, like, if you listen to your soul as it's calling to you, asking you to speak your truth, do this thing that you want to do, that you've been holding out on. This part of you that I should do this, but I don't know how, I don't want to do it. This is the part of your soul that is crying for you to please speak your truth and just do it. You feel it. Most of you guys listening, you can feel something like right here. That's your soul right there talking to you right now. All of you have an idea right now in your mind of what you need to be doing. I could end this entire course right now. You know exactly what to do in this moment. You know exactly what you should be doing. And if you're like, well, I don't know what to do. If this is the little thought you have, you found the pattern of destruction, thinking you don't know what to do. The question you can ask yourself, well, if you did know what to do, what would you do? If you didn't know what to do, what would you do? These are really good questions to ask yourself. Is everyone there? Everyone's still listening. Everyone's just being very focused. And you need to understand that everything that's happening for you is happening for your evolution. Everything that's happening for you is happening for the evolvement of you, your person, your consciousness, your awareness. Because now, once you have this information, what you have right now, you're not going to be able to go back to just normal life and be like, yeah, I'm just keep doing the same thing over again. Because you know you can do more now. But then again, you knew you could do more to begin with. Maybe you just didn't have the right people in your life saying, hey, you could be doing this, or you should be doing this. Or you weren't willing to listen to it, or willing to hear it. But you guys all know what to do. And one of the next golden rules is that the journey, building your side hustle, building this thing on the side. One of the complaints and things that people say is it's going to take a long time. And yeah, sometimes it does. And taking a while to build it, Anna, you're going to start making videos, filming your life, it is going to feel slow in the beginning because it's new to you. It's new. It's going to be hard. You never lifted weights. It's going to be hard. Or maybe you've done what you want to do and you quit before and now you're going to start it up again and think it should be easier because you did it before. No, it's actually going to be harder because the last time you did it, you got the hang of it, and now you're starting even lower than that. And you know you've quit before, so you know you can quit again, and this mindset is going to make it harder for you. But if you stick with it, that's where magic happens. And there's a gift in the slow journey. The gift of this slow journey is you learn to fall in love with the process. And everything, when you can love the process, you've won. You've won, hands down. Any questions? Everyone's being quiet again. I don't know if you guys are hearing me, or is this stuff is speaking to your soul and it's keeping you quiet. Or I know it's going really well when you kind of want to ask a question, but you realize you can't ask that question because you know the answer already. Like normally people are typing, do you think that I should? And then you just delete like, yep, I should do that. Because you know, your soul knows. You're just keeping it quiet. And the next thing, which is something I'm so proud of you all for, is that you must invest in yourself. I don't know, can I invest in yourself. That always pays back. Investing in yourself, taking this course, this is investing in yourself. You value yourself. You're proving that by just being here, showing up. You're proving that you value yourself. You want to make yourself better. That goes a long way. That goes a really long way. Because if you don't value yourself, everything starts with the value you put on yourself. You know, I've been really big into shadow alchemy, which will take forever to explain right now. But the first pillar of it is your self-esteem, the value you put on yourself. Everything starts there. Everything starts there. Everything starts with the value that you put on yourself. Everything. You can think that, no, I don't think so. Everything. Every action you do, every step you take, every decision you make, it starts with your self-esteem. It starts with your value. If you don't value yourself, nothing else usually works long term. If you don't value yourself, then You don't want to change your lifestyle. You don't want to eat more healthy. You don't want to exercise. You don't want to get up and start building that thing you've wanted to do all along. You don't go on that trip. You don't take that risk because you don't value yourself. Like when I talk with people, if I work with people, this is the number one thing. We're going to get you to value yourself first because you're trying to bring value to other people, but you don't value yourself. So you don't value yourself. Then you don't like yourself. Then you actually you don't love yourself. You don't love yourself. You don't care about yourself. And then you feel sad and angry and disappointed in yourself. So now you've just built a compound emotion. And anytime you build a compound emotion, I will say this in every video and every course I run for the rest of my life. Anytime you compound an emotion, you block it. You block it. So you don't compound it. One of the biggest ways is you don't beat yourself up. For example, when you're finished with this course, some of you guys, this is your last day. When you're finished with this, you don't beat yourself up. Like, I should have known this. Yeah, you should have, but you didn't. And it's okay. But what happens is we get in that cycle again of, can you guys still hear me? Everyone's being quiet, just want to make sure. Because someone just be like, yeah, I hear you. Because what happens is we do this compound emotion, and maybe that's your pattern of destruction. Maybe that's the pattern of destruction for you. Is that you just compound emotion for everything. You compound your feelings, and you get blocked and locked in things. And this is very important to know. Because if you do this, it's hard to break out. It's hard to get out of there. And if that's the method that you keep on doing, you keep on going down this path. Okay, yes, okay, awesome. If this is the pattern that you keep going and you keep blocking yourself in these compound emotions, then how are you going to get out of that? And once you realize that pattern of destruction, you do the opposite. And what's worse about compounding emotion, this is the most thing that I hear the most, not from people who I work with, not people who reach out to me, but people who I just would meet when I was traveling, is they would compound their emotion while they were doing something. I'd meet someone in Bali on the beach who was on the beach physically, but in their mind they were back at home, not liking their job or not liking the life they have back at home. And then they get mad at themselves that they haven't done anything to get out of it. So now they're locked in this negative mindset, negative emotion, which doesn't even let them be here in Bali on the beach because their mind is there. And they can't break free of that because you've compounded the emotion. When you make a mistake, when you slip up, when you're not aware of something, it's okay. Let that energy pass. Let it flow. Don't block it and get mad at yourself for it. And then now you've blocked it. You've created a block. Energy needs to flow. Emotion needs to flow. It needs to be in motion. It doesn't matter how clean the water is. If you leave a water sitting around, not moving, that's when the problems happen. Like our pool here in the villa. Like, I don't know what happened. I think the jet stopped working for just like a day. A day. It stopped working for a day, and we started to see a difference in our pool here. Because here in Bali, it's very humid, it's very hot. So you think like, oh, if it stops moving, the motion stops, then all that's going to happen is just maybe it gets a little moldy. That's kind of it, but that takes time. No, it doesn't. It happens fast. And that wasn't even the problem. That's what you think, though. You think, well, it just blocked for a little bit. That's only going to happen. No, that started a catastrophe of events in the villa. When the water stopped there, stopped making the sound, so we're like, well, that's kind of weird. Something's missing, and it was the sounds of the jets we weren't hearing. But then we're like, wait, we hear the jets, but they're not going in the water. So now we're like, are we burning out the jets in the pool? And now the pool's not moving, so we can't use the pool. We can't go in the pool. And there's a lot of bugs and everything here, and there were like bugs in the pool. This is after after 30 hours or something. And our pool guy comes Monday and Friday, and this is like on a Wednesday or something. And this was the day that no one was coming here to the villa as well. And as that happened, like we're just like, wow, the water's like this. But the worst part that we didn't even see coming was, wait a minute, mosquitoes, they breed in still water. So now all of a sudden, then we had a huge mosquito problem here. This happened in like 30 hours. from blocking. It's like blocking energy. And this is this exact metaphor we use. You can't go in the pool. There's mosquitoes everywhere. The jets could be burnt. All this because the energy, it stopped moving. Things stop moving. When they stop moving, that's when the problem happens. Your body, as fit as you might be, or you want to be, or how much you walk, if anything, quarantine has taught me is that it doesn't matter how fit you are. If you don't move for like 2 months, things go bad with you. Things go bad. It takes a while to get out of that. Now, we were in quarantine here, but we just decided to stay inside and not go anywhere, do anything for like a month and a half. And I feel the difference. I saw the difference. I'm like, I got to get back in shape now. And it's taken 2 months, and I'm just getting back to where I was before all this. Now I'm doing that also with like 3 extra kilos on me as well. So it's just like it just starts as soon as that motion stops. That's where the problems happen. And it's just letting things flow. Like if it's okay, you mess up, let it flow. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up and feel guilty because now you're blocking it. You're feeling guilty that you made a mistake. That's a compound emotion. You just blocked it. You'll always remember that. You know, so this is something that you have to remember. Okay. Okay. I haven't continued my search details on 14, but I feel it's super niche, but it makes me happy and brings me joy. Exactly what Tiffany says. If it makes you happy and bring you joy, you've answered your question. You've answered your question. If you do something and it makes you happy, brings you joy, then you should do that. That's what you should do. It's funny, and you guys are starting to realize. And now a lot of the questions you might have had at day one, now you probably answer them. By the time you finish writing whatever question you have right now, you probably know the answer. If I want, one thing I do when I do these is like, everyone type the question that you have right now. And as you look at that question you have typed, you know the answer. But the thing is, you've always known it. You've always known it. You've always had that answer. And we'll go back to a question that I asked you guys, I believe it was 2 days ago. What are you unwilling to sacrifice? What is the thing that you're unwilling to make a sacrifice on? What is it? We're starting to notice another pattern of destruction. What are you unwilling to sacrifice? It could be the opinions of other people. It can be that simple. You know, this is what I believe to be true. Yeah, absolutely, Josh. You should keep doing it. Post your first, make a video, link it in our group here. Everyone here will support you. Everyone's great here. Let me ask you this though. Do you believe if you continue to follow what brings you joy, you will eventually be able to make a living off of it? Tiffany, that's what this whole entire course is about. Just side hustle, of course. 100%. 100%. And you got to keep growing. So, for example, when I built YouTube, I started to build a way that, okay, I found a system that worked and brought me in this amount of money that I could just live off of and travel off of. But at the same time, the way I structured that was like a very almost low quality of life. It means I wasn't going to be staying in 5-star hotels or flying first class, but I could stay in hostels. I could travel like this. I had to adapt to change the model of what I'm teaching and how I'm making money, the platforms and all this to make it so I could raise my vibration, so I could bring in, for example, money to raise my standard of living. And I had to change my strategies, the way I did things, and the way that I thought about it. And at the end of the day, it really just meant me working on myself, being able to speak my truth to people. You know, because what you'll find is that the clients, the people that you want to run into a group, they're all there already. All the people you need are following you already. You know them. You just haven't put something out there that they're willing to take. You haven't said it right, which means usually you're energetic. The person who you are with the energy that you have, the energetic container, you as a human, You have to raise that higher, raising your consciousness, raising your awareness, speaking your truth. When you speak your truth, then people are like, okay, they feel that energy, and they're like, okay, I want to do it. But if you want, Tiffany, you can throw an example, and I can help you out, or anyone. I don't care, anyone. I'll pick someone if they want to name anything, and I can explain to you how to make a living off of it. If you guys want to, and it doesn't matter. You can literally think of something. So just to repeat the question, if you can follow what brings you joy, how do you make a living off of it? I feel like I have sleep in my eye. Gosh. 4:15 wake up call. Because anything you can do. You have to really put it into that. You have to put it into that formula. Is it scalable? That's the first thing that I would look at with anything I was doing before I even started with it. Can I scale this? Well, first I want to know, is it fun? And then how do I scale it? So can someone just give me any example? What's one thing that you love? No, what's one thing that brings you joy? And you got to be specific. This is the thing. Because when you get very specific with it, then your brain can start to actually put things together. So this is the key. You can make, because honestly, you can make a living off of anything. There's not one thing that you can't make a living off of. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Think about it. Think about the craziest thing that you can think of. Someone's making a living off of it. It has no idea. It doesn't matter what it is. And sadly enough, it could be good or bad. Someone's making a living off of it. Beyond a living, they're making multiple livings off of it. Every single thing you can think of. From the number one YouTuber, the person who made the most on YouTube is that one kid who talks about toys. He opens new toys. And he made like something like $40 million last year. Trying new foods. Okay, so my first thought would be, how do I scale that? Trying new foods. You know, like it's actually, hold on. Josh, no, it has to be a new video. Nothing old. Has to be share one of your videos that is new. Go create a new one and then share that. Old doesn't count. That's the old version of you. It's not the same. You've been through a lot, you've learned a lot. You're nowhere near the same person you were back then. So trying new foods. Let's dive into this one, okay? So trying new foods. How do I scale that? Well, the internet definitely scales it. You can start a YouTube on trying new foods. I should write this down. It'd be a lot easier, bro. I don't have a pen, actually. It's funny. I have 3 journals over here and no pen. So it's like, okay, trying new foods. What do you do? Okay, well, if I was trying new foods, I like food. Okay, first thing I'd probably do is definitely go to a lot of different restaurants. I try the new foods. I tag them in it, and I'd make a video about it, trying this food. I go to a restaurant, set my camera down right in front of me, and like, okay, we're trying basmati rice today to see what it tastes like. I'm here in blah blah blah, and I'm trying this and to see what it tastes like. And literally, I just film that and talk about it. Wow, this is really good. It's very plain. I believe if you put something like this on it, it'll be better. That's one video. Next thing, I'm at home. I'm gonna cook. I'd make a video about that. Today we're cooking this. This is what I'm putting in it. This. So now I'm bringing attention. People know I'm a foodie. So now I've brought attention that I'm a foodie. Then I'm going around to different restaurants. I go to a different restaurant probably every day and order something to eat there and film it. Then eventually, after I make about 20 or 30 videos, I go into a restaurant and approach them like, hey, I make food videos for YouTube, and I'd like to come in here and make a video here of me eating your food, and it'll bring you attention. Would you mind sponsoring maybe 2 meals or something? And most places would be like, yeah. I've had people just approach me and tell me that when I've been just filming. They didn't even know how to subscribe to that or anything. And all of a sudden, people are like, oh, if you're using the right tags and writing the right title, people are like, oh, you live in Barcelona and we saw your video and we'd like to invite you to our cafe to try our food as well, to bring attention to our restaurant. Places will be happy to do it. It costs them what? 1 meal and you have all the attention. How else do you bring attention to it? You have to go to someone who has a following or influence. And talk about your experience trying it. Post pictures of today, tried this, boom, here are the ingredients. Here is the price. And before you know it, you're gonna eat anyways. So before you know it, you got this food channel. Now you're being invited. Now you're like, oh, let's go to the next city in our town to find 4 or 5 more restaurants to try new foods there and film it. And one thing that I was gonna do, I still am thinking about this. You guys can steal my idea. I give you permission. There's like this thing in Asia where people just film themselves eating live. Like, and this is a thing. Like, there's people making millions of dollars. All they do is just eat live. On like, I'd be live right now and I would just be eating. I haven't watched any of these videos, but they have like millions of views. And maybe that's a good idea. That's what I'm gonna do. I might hope you don't mind, and I'm gonna use your idea. I'm gonna just make a bunch of videos eating. Make videos eating. And that's the thing. You don't know how it's gonna go until you try it. You have no idea. And that's one way you can. Then how do you scale that? Like, how do I scale eating? Well, now that I've talked about food, now I can do, when people know that I've made a lot of videos about food, now let's make a top 10 food places in Barcelona. Okay, I'll do that. And then what else can I do? Okay, what did I do? Maybe sell some kind of PDF guide, or have people who are coming here reach out to me, will tell you the best food places. Because there's plenty of foodies out there. You see, I could go on and on with that. And this is one thing to remember. And understand that people want to know what it's like. Like, if I literally could just film me eating here, and I bet you most people, I don't know why I haven't done it. I'm gonna do it. I got the chills when I thought about it, so I'm gonna do it. Just going to a local place here on the street. I eat a lot of the street food. Yeah, and just film it. Because for some people, they don't know what it's like to eat from a street cart in Bali. That's a good title for a video. I'm gonna do it. And then you don't know till you try. That's why I write it down. Like, okay, sure. Writing it down. Street cart in Bali. You'll see the video on YouTube videos on my YouTube channel soon. Okay. So I love to create planners. It's my ultimate dream to create a planner system, but I feel like I need to build myself a system. Create planners? Do you mean like planners like this? Like a book? Like a planner like this? Just to make sure that I understand. And to give you an idea, I'm building a planner. I've already built it actually. Like, I literally have a planner. And I'm just gonna get it marketed. It looks crazy to you guys, but this is the planner actually, this one side. Like, this side is the planner each day. And I've written it. This is literally, I made this on paper. And I'm going to give, if you guys are in my mastermind, the School of Empowerment, you guys will get it for free. But I'm gonna show exactly what's on this planner. And I can give you guys just a little tips. Like, this is just the gratitude, the limiting beliefs that you have, the reframing sentence you do to cancel out those beliefs. Who inspires me today? What did I learn this morning? What am I manifesting right now? Like, all these different things. What am I doing today? This is a planner thing that I made. And all I got to do is get it printed in a book and get it, if that's what you mean by planners. But that's just an idea. So, and to teach you more, it's funny you mentioned that, because I bought this the other day for like $3 or $4, and I'm like, I like this for taking notes. It's okay, but I kind of want something that's more proper to write in. And yesterday I brought this. I don't know what planner this was. This is like a journal, like a proper journal built by leather and hand, that I'm going to start to really write in a lot more. This cost me like $30 for this thing. Someone made this. And that's how people, that's what you do. I don't know who these people are. They just had an idea, they did it, and yeah, and I got it. And I'm gonna write in it all the time. And it's that simple. There's people out there who will get it. And just because you won't get something doesn't mean a lot of people don't. If that makes sense to you guys. Big part of my channel will be cooking camp foods. That's awesome. I only cooked a few and I burned it. So that'll help a lot of people going camping. It's a great idea. those mukbang videos. Oh, is that what it's called? Yeah. People are crazy. Yeah, about this. People are insane about this. I think like Korea and these places, like someone told me these videos have like 52 million views. That's like $200,000 to eat that food. I literally thought about starting a channel like that. Literally. But yeah. And I might actually do it because it doesn't require me to do anything. I might just start a new channel, Luke Like Farms Mukbang. I literally might do that. Who knows? Let's see. Just film myself eating all the time, live. Write that down too. I've got 2 ideas. I'll let you guys know how this goes. Mukbang channel. There we go. Perfect. Yes, a planner that has a calendar and pages to help people plan. Tiffany, I think it's a great idea. But as a manifesting generator, like I know you are, now that you have that idea, which you just obviously said, now your brain's like, how do I do it? What do I do? What's going on? Like, this is your logical brain's playing in. And it's like, no, you just create the planner. Write it out. Literally, that's what I did. Hold on, it's a couple comments, Josh. Yeah, no, drop it in the when you make a new video, Josh, drop it in the group. Like put a link there and explain why people should watch it, what you learned from it. Value, drop some value for people. This is the journal that I made, like here. It's that simple. Easy. Like, and I wrote my journal, like, and I literally am gonna sell this. Like, I just need to, I don't even know what I've been waiting for. That's another thing I'm gonna do. Get this printed out. You guys are helping me a lot. Get journal printed. I don't know how to do it, but go online. Find a place that makes journals. Send them a copy of this. They'll do it. It's simple. Easy. We overthink things a lot. And for example, on mine, it's like gratitude here, or write 11 things that I'm grateful for. At the top of it, my journal here. By the way, guys, I'll be selling these. Message me in like a week and I'll have them printed out. It's like today I choose where I live emotionally. That's something I wrote at the top. That's something like it's true. I can be sad, I can be whatever. Worry kills magic. It's written at the bottom of all of them. And under it also I have devotion to the speed of light. And in the bottom corner, the books that I have. And I literally just wrote that out. And I'm like, that's great for me. It works for me. I use it. And now how do I sell that? How do I scale it? Send it to a journaling company. I'll send people the PDF so you can print it out yourself. I'm pretty sure people would buy this. If I didn't know what to do and I really wanted to send it and I just forgot about it, my brain's just everywhere, I easily would be like, guys, here's my journal prompts. I put it in an Excel spreadsheet that costs $5, and I'll send you the Excel spreadsheet and you can use and print it out whatever you want. That's simple. Done. We don't think about it. You know, for me, I get my analytical brain as well. Okay. So I hope that little section helped you guys. And this kind of goes hand in hand as we're wrapping up here. This is the magic question, guys. Tiffany, this will help you out. Hannah, this will definitely help you out as well. Josh, possibly for you as well. This will help you out. But definitely Tiffany and Hannah, this one is for you. Okay? You ready? When is the perfect moment? So you've been waiting to start. You've been waiting to start this. Tiffany, you've been waiting to have this planner come out. When is the perfect moment to start? I want you to think about that. When's the perfect moment to start doing that? And you can see like the first thought, Tiffany, as a manifest generator, like, oh, I could do, and then everything comes back to right now. No matter what thought you put out there, it all comes back to right now. Because there's no such thing as a perfect time to start. There's no such thing as perfect time. Just like I've heard there's no perfect time to have kids. There's no perfect time to travel. There's times that aren't as optimal as others. I can agree with that. But as a perfect time, no. The perfect moment is what I'll be on my Instagram soon. The perfect moment is the biggest myth ever told. One of them. because we wait for it. Because we think for that perfect moment, there has to be that one moment where everything's lined up perfectly. And the magic is that the perfect moment is right now. You're living in the perfect moment. Today's the perfect moment, Tiffany, to start that planner. After you should be writing down, or maybe right now, because you don't really need to see me talking, you could be on another tab or computer going on a website that makes planners and getting a planner printed out, designing it and getting it printed out. That's simple. That's simple. You can do it today. You can literally have it done today. Tiffany, you could have your planner done today. I'm going to ask you tomorrow in front of the group what work you've done tomorrow. Just to light a little fire under you. Okay? And you're welcome, Josh. Yeah, you're welcome. When my side hustle is getting children from 8th grade to college. Not specific enough. You got to be more specific. You got to be more specific. If not, you leave a lot of room open for, what does that mean? I can say my side hustle is getting children from 8th grade to college by paying my guy to forge their high school diplomas and get into college. That works. Or that could mean that you're like the one girl from Full House who paid USC to get their kids into or accepted into whatever. Or you could have your side hustle to where, we donate $50,000 in an envelope to each teacher so they pass them and push them to college. Be more specific. Because now that could mean anything. So this is something that's important. And it'll come into play when you meet the right people with the right, I don't know what the English word is. I forgot the English word. People with the right sources who can help you, but they need to know, what do you do? I ask people from time to time, like asking people like, hey, would you like to donate to support my channel? Because I'm trying to help empower other people through teaching them how to be fulfilled. People understand that. They know, okay, yeah, of course we'll support you. Of course we'll work with you. But if I'm someone who has I want to give $1 million to someone right now to help them out with what they're doing, I don't see what I'm giving it to. Wendy, I don't know what does that mean. And then when you try, you need to be able to say it in one sentence. What is it that you do? Because like I say, I'm trying to get people from 8th grade to college as well. I'm posting videos to keep people inspired. And they watch that, and that keeps them and gives them something to take away, and that will help them to stay in the right path. But also doing that, if that's what your passion is, and that's great. But I know now there's a lot of people who don't want to go to college. So if you think bigger than that, what's bigger than that? Because you're leaving a lot of kids out there who can't afford the college, who maybe don't want to go, but they still want to have something, want to be inspired, still want to learn. And now with the shift and everything, now it's like a time to think really big. Unless that's your niche, unless you just want to help, that's what you're stuck in, just that's what you want, then that's great. But if not, you can always think bigger. So now you figure out there is no perfect moment. So where are you out of alignment? This is one of the final questions. Where are you out of alignment when something doesn't seem right? Like with what you're doing, why isn't it working? Why isn't it going smooth? It should be smooth. Energy should be flowing. When you have an idea, it should be flowing. What is stopping you? But Tiffany, I can tell what's stopping you, overthinking, which is probably stopping most of you guys. I don't know if you guys know your human design, but Tiffany's like what she is. She's very close to being like me, like what I am. I'm a generator. So what stops me is my analytical mind, just overthinking it. How am I going to do it? How should I run it? And now I reframe it to like how I want to run it. I could have made this Side Hustle Magic a month, but I was like, no, I'm going to do it in 4 days. It'd be a long 4 days for me, but this is the way I want to do it. So this is something you have to really think. Any questions? we're wrapping up right now. And now this little bonus part of right now in this is something I heard yesterday, actually, like last night, like midnight. I heard this. Like, yeah, I know. Sleep at midnight, wake up at 4:15. Another day in the office. Um, it's. I can tell you that when you're pursuing this side hustle, this thing that you love, understand that it should be scary as you get closer to it. And when you really think about it, if it comes true exactly what you want, it is going to be scary. It's going to be scary when you finally have enough money coming in that you can do what you want. When you finally have 10 loyal people watching you on your YouTube channel that are waiting for the next video. This is something that's really important to understand. Because we have this thing like, oh, it's going to be super easy, everything's going to be fun and great, but it's going to be scary if you're dreaming big enough. And it's just a challenge to make sure you guys are not, you're not selling yourself short, that you're making a dream that's big enough. You want it to be big. And understand you're not chasing a career right now. This second career, you're chasing a dream. It should be big. It should be huge. This is one of the most important things to remember. You should be dreaming so big. You should want people to watch. Hanley, you should want thousands of people watching you cook your food over the campfire while you speak to them about the things that have been going on and the lessons you've learned in your life or the lessons you've learned that day. That would be a great idea. One thing to remember. Wendy, I love it. Helping them with financing, preparing the resume, etc. That's great. Now, that sounds like a job, but if that's what you want as a side hustle, that's great as well. How do you scale it? That way you can sustain it. And like I say in the beginning of this video, success and fulfillment, the things that you want. So what is your goal with this for you that you want? I think whatever idea you guys have, it's a great idea because you thought of it. But just make sure that's what you really want. That's what your soul wants. Because some people, I know I've taught some of you, you want freedom. You want to be able to work anywhere. I think it was Tiffany who said that, and day one or day two. So, for example, dealing with paperwork and everything, that I wouldn't go that route for Tiffany here. But if you want to stay in one place and not moving, and then that's how your brain works. Like I couldn't do that. I wouldn't want to financing, preparing I don't even know how to make a resume. I'm not great with my own finances. So I want to be great at doing that. I don't even buy that as a person myself. But if that's your thing, that's what you love doing, that's fun for you, then absolutely go and do it. It's one thing that's very important. Okay, any more questions? We are at the end. There's just a little bit of section because I know this is the last day for some people. I'm so sad. So sad you're leaving. If you do want to extend anyone, if you're watching this replay, feel free to send me a message on here. All of you, feel free to send me messages. I am available. Even if you don't have the box of support, I'll try to respond very simply for you. If you have the box of support, send me a message. Get back to you today. And I want to, since it is the last day for some of you, I wanted to announce some of the things that I have coming up. One of them the rest of them you don't know, and if whichever one of these hit your intuition and tells you should do, send me a message after that. I wouldn't want to go too deep into it. I want to just do a few minutes of this, but I feel like you should know this. And something I'm excited to say because I haven't said it publicly yet. So you guys are the first to hear this. So there's like 4 offers that I have going right now. The first one, you guys should know, Charm School of Empowerment. This is the mastermind I have every month. I believe it's $31 now. I was going to triple the price of it, and I did, and then I was like, actually, I want this to start like this, and I'll double the price soon. But I felt like I really wanted people to get these videos that come out, and there's about 60 videos in there. Every month is something different. Content. Han, I think you're in it. Yeah, you're in it. Like content, the blocks that we have, the the next. I can't remember all of the different. Every month is a different topic, and this month we're talking about a lot of the code. It's called the Coach B Code this month. So there's a lot of videos and more videos coming this month. But usually I try to get about 10 videos every month in there with high value stuff for you guys. Next month will be crazy amazing. Some deep thoughts coming out. The topic for next month. So that's out there. Second thing is Untold. Untold. This is a masterclass like this again, probably only 2 days. And that I'm hosting next month, probably on the 15th, I believe. I might even move it up to the 10th or 12th or something. This is going to be about speaking your truth, because we all hide things. We feel like we can't say this, and we don't speak our truth. And when we don't do that, not only do we mislead people and our audience, we mislead ourselves. And when we don't speak the truth to ourselves so much and to other people, we start to believe that lie that we tell ourselves, the story we tell ourselves. We start to believe it, that we're not good enough, that no one's going to listen, that no one cares, that we're unheard. And Untold, this will be a course all about speaking your truth. We'll dive into speaking the truth for yourself first. That comes first. It's gonna be a 3 days. Sorry, it's gonna be a 3-day masterclass. Speaking the truth to yourself. The next day we're talking about speaking the truth to other people, to your online audience. And then the third day we're gonna go over the power of speaking your truth, how to do it, how to share the true, authentic version of yourself. And this will be happening next month. This will be the masterclass for next month that I'm offering and telling you guys about first. I will probably make that course at a I haven't even thought about it yet. Probably like at a $155 price point. But for you all, anyone who's interested that pings you, send me a message on here. For you all here, because you're a part of this, you'll have it for $88. That's the minimum tier, to let you guys know about that. This is just for you guys. I haven't even announced that, I don't think, on my social media yet. But that will be that. But if you just write me, I'll remember you in this group and you'll be good. I remember you all by name, actually, so that's perfect. The third thing is that I'm offering, the third course is going to be called Fulfilled. It's going to be a 5-week or 7-week course. I think it's going to be 5 weeks, and it's going to be twice a week. And we're going to talk about all about fulfillment, the things that make you feel fulfilled, the things that give you the longest rush of dopamine. That's what matters. You can make a post on Instagram, you can make a post on YouTube, and you see the likes, you see people like it. That gives you a rush of dopamine. But how long does that last for? So we're going to dive into fulfillment. We're going to meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we're going to do that for 5 weeks. So if you guys like this with me, then you're definitely going to want to join this. It's going to be sick. Like, the program is not even finished yet, and I just was riding around on my scooter here and just like, oh my gosh, because this is what everything is about. The side hustle, everything is leading towards that direction of fulfillment. This is one of the most important things to have. Fulfillment, laying your head down at night, being happy. And this is what we're going to run in. This is what Fulfill is going to be about. So if you like this, it's going to be like 5 weeks of this. And it's going to be pretty, I don't want to give too much away, but some pretty mind-blowing stuff and a lot of personal stories about me that I don't talk about publicly, not because I don't want to share the truth, but that's high level value stuff for people. And it'll be my first long duration course. And that one it'll be, letting you know now, it'll be 2 live sessions a week like this. It'll be 5 weeks. And for it, I will charge $777 to be in this. I have it written down actually right here. But for you all who are here in this group, it'll be $555. So I'm giving you guys like more than $200 off of it. I don't know, I'm not so good at math. $222 off. Oh wow, giving you $222 off for you guys who will be part of this Fulfilled. And I'm not sure if it's going to start the first week of August because my birthday's on the 5th, and it'd be cool to start on my birthday, but maybe I don't do it. I just chill out and do nothing on my birthday. But it's going to be Fulfilled. It's going to be a 5-week thing, and I'm really excited about it because to take people on this journey is the most fun part for me. Seeing the transformation of day 1 and seeing it all the way through until the 10th live session at the end of week 5. So for you guys, any of these that ping your intuition, if none of them do, don't worry. If it pings your intuition and you're like, yeah, I need that. Even if you're telling your soul, shut up, we don't want to pay for that. Like, if that's pinging you, send me a message after this and I can send you the details on that. That's something I haven't even announced anywhere on social media yet. And I haven't even told anyone about that really. That will be out. And for you guys, it's $555 for the 5 weeks, 2 live sessions a week. It'll be awesome. Yeah, that'd be amazing. And you can be in both if you like it. If you like, they don't really overlap. The truth will be 1 week, but it's going to be real deep dive in the truth, the untold, the masterclass for next month. It'll be. Yeah, you need to hear it. And the next and last offer for you all who aren't going to be here anymore. This might be the last time you're in here, but I hope not. I hope you're in other courses and classes. Is one-on-one coaching. It's one-on-one. I'm literally, this is new to me. I haven't worked with one person for a duration of period of time. But I feel like I really want to do this. I feel as if it's almost like a case study run. So it's not the price that I would normally charge, but it's over a 6-week period of time. I'm feeling like it should be 9 weeks, but I'm feeling like 6 weeks at this moment. We'll do a 6-week, 1 hour a week for 6 weeks. This will be the amount of time that I hold in my one-on-one coaching, and I offer that to you guys first. And it's because it's brand new to me. I want to bring people in. I want to make it affordable. So reach out to me if this pings your intuition. But understand that I'm a little more cutthroat in one-on-one settings because I know you, I learned about you, and I don't let the excuses fly. So for all of you, I can tell exactly. I know exactly. Josh, I need to see the video uploaded every single week, bro. Send it to me. Like, you're gonna be pushed, or you're like, like, yo, Tiffany, I need to see the second you have your planner. Once it's ready, like, we're gonna talk about it next week to see how it went, getting it designed online. Hannah, yeah, the campfire. Have you got these food places planned out, like the list of 10 places you're gonna go first, or 10 meals? So it's gonna be pretty intense, but that's what makes people grow, which I'm really excited about. If you're interested in that one-on-one, that is available as well, but send me a DM if you're interested in that. If that pings you, send me a DM. And I'll be in my DMs after this. Any questions you guys have, I'll try to get back to it. And that's kind of it. That's kind of it, guys, for today. Is this day number 3? Yeah, day number 3, one more day. Oh, man, one more day. So sad. Day number 3 in the books officially. Is everyone still there? Everyone can hear me? Everyone's being quiet. So if any of those ping you, please send me a message after this. I will be in my messages writing back to you all and getting back to other people as well. For tomorrow's meeting, I believe everyone in here, this will make it easier. If you're part of tomorrow, there's only 2 people here right now who aren't. So Josh, Hannah, Tiffany, there's some other people who I can't remember who, but send me a message after this and I'll send you the link for tomorrow because tomorrow is going to be held on Zoom. It'll be much more interactive and people can speak up. And that's what I'm feeling right now. So if you can do that, that would be great. Yeah, Wendy. Okay, yeah. And if you're not part of this and you're watching the replay, anyone watching the replay, and you want to be part of day 4, send me a message. I'll send you a link, and then you can be part of it and get you that ticket upgraded. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be fun. Tomorrow's gonna be awesome. And it's funny because I'm saying that speaking from intuition because I'm not even sure what we're doing tomorrow. I got a bunch of ideas, and I'm just excited. I'm sad too. It's gonna be the last day. It's been so fun here with you guys. And for people who aren't going to be back, if you're watching the replay and you're not going to be back for day 4, thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. I hope to see you in future programs. And you all who are here tomorrow, then I'll see you tomorrow. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited. And I want you guys to really walk away from this, especially today, not feeling that I should have known this before. Like, how did I not do that? Why didn't I start? You know now. That's all that matters. Don't compound that emotion. Don't compound that emotion. You don't get mad at a 3-year-old for trying to do something that they don't know that they shouldn't do. You don't get mad at a baby for that because they don't know. They're not aware of it. But now you are aware. I hope you've been able to think deep down into your patterns of struggle that you're having and what's the pattern that keeps coming up. It's not about the problems. If I'm talking to someone or in a meeting or whatever it is, and I hear them say, I have a problem with this, I have a problem with that, I have a problem with this, I have a problem with this. And what we end up doing is we ended up trying to fix that problem, then fix that problem, then fix that problem. And we just burn ourselves out trying to fix problems. When what we need to do, and I urge you guys to try to do this with your own things that have been holding you back with creating content, is you look for the pattern. What is the pattern with this? What is the pattern in these 4 problems I'm having? Not sharing, not putting myself out there, not making this one know I should. What is the pattern? All those problems have a pattern. What is that pattern that you're seeing? This is the challenge for you. This is when you go deep and you figure out what is your problem. Your pattern, excuse me. We all have problems, but we find the pattern, fix the pattern, and the problems go. Okay? Thank you guys. Love you guys. I'm happy that you guys are here. I'm hoping that you guys have been quiet today, but I hope this is sinking in. You're getting this, like you're able to integrate this stuff. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys. Cold coffee at the end. See you guys tomorrow. Was there any other questions? Last thing. Tomorrow, is everyone here? Everyone's being quiet? Everyone's here? Everyone can hear me? But tomorrow, same time, same place. And yeah, that sounds great. Send me a message after this, people. You'll get the link for tomorrow's call. And yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of all I got to say, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Integrate this stuff. I urge you to really write down some of the questions, rewatch this if you need to. And when you do that, answer the questions and listen to your soul. Listen to what your soul's response is to these questions as you ask this, because it always has the right answer. We just shut it up. We tell it to be quiet. That makes us nervous. We've never done that before. Listen to yourself. Be the person that listens to what you're saying, the thoughts you're telling yourself. Okay? Thank you, guys. And on that note, I am off to go eat. Yeah, I think that's it. That's it. We're done. It's over for today. See you guys tomorrow. Drop me a DM, and thank you guys. See ya.